pay attention to the story because this is the point of the story where I almost blocked my blessing.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Kayla. If you read the title of this video, then you know that I am moving. And no, I am not moving to an apartment or a house here in Virginia. I am actually moving to a new city and state. And you guys, I have to say that I am honestly so happy. This could not have come at a better time. So let me give you a little backstory of how this move came about. If you watched my life update video that I posted maybe about a month ago, then you know that I have been applying to jobs outside of Virginia for a while now. And I have been wanting to leave Virginia for the last several years. I have been planning this for the last 3 years. I knew once I finished grad school, I definitely wanted to relocate, but it turned out to be a little bit more challenging than I thought, trying to find a job out of state. The main reasons I want to relocate from Virginia is because I kind of feel like I've kind of outgrown Virginia. I've kind of outgrown this space. I've been here all my life and I kind of just want something new. I kind of want to be in a new area with like, how do I say this? Like, I just kind of want to be in a new and exciting area. I want to be in an area where there is a lot of Black people, a lot of Black culture, a lot of Black history, and a lot of Black events. And I feel like here in Virginia, as a young millennial, a young Black millennial, I just feel like there's just not a lot of events here. There's not a lot of like opportunities here. You know, I feel like there's a lot more opportunities for people who are in the military, who work at a shipyard. Like on the east coast of Virginia, like Hampton Roads area where I live, Virginia is really big on military and shipyard and different things like that, but not really known for anything else. So I just kind of felt like I just outgrew the area. I'm just really ready to move on. Just take you back a little bit. Back in 2019, I actually went to Charlotte, North Carolina for my birthday, and my friend and I sat down to see a psychic. You know, I was a little skeptical, but it was actually a really great palm reading. And after that palm reading, I kept her contact information because I was like, you know, maybe I want to reach out to her in the future. Back in July of this year, I don't know what was going on, but I just felt the need, like I needed to talk to this psychic. I just felt like something was telling me to give her a call, like reach out to her. So I did. And I set up a life reading with her, and it was a life reading over the phone because she's located in North Carolina and I'm here in Virginia. And of course I was not going to drive down there, you know, with the virus and everything going on. So we did a life reading over the phone. And what's so crazy about this life reading is she actually said that she saw me moving in 2 months. Remember, this is in July, right? I had asked her, you know, do you see me moving out of Virginia? Like, do you see me having, you know, better opportunities or different things like that outside of Virginia? And she said, I'm glad you brought that up because I don't see you being in Virginia for much longer. I see you being in Virginia for at least another 2 months. And when she said this, y'all, I was like, okay, she definitely not legit because I had stopped applying to jobs. I was getting rejected left and right from applying to jobs. I was getting emails daily like the position you applied for has been filled. We chose another candidate, or I just simply never heard back from like the people that I was applying to. So I honestly had lost all hope, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay here and just take the job in Virginia. And I don't know, something about that just didn't sit right with me. Like I just didn't feel happy and fulfilled, and I really wanted something different. So when she told me that she saw me moving in 2 months, I was just like, you see me moving in 2 months? Like me? And she was like, yes, I see you moving in 2 months. And I was like, well, will I have a job? Is that why I'm moving? And she was like, yes, I see you having a really good job. I see you being very happy. And I see this job being well within your limits. And I was like, oh, okay. you know, and I just kind of left it at that. A week or two later, I was just browsing around online looking for jobs again. And I came across this great job and I applied for it. Now, this job was similar to the jobs that I had been applying to in Charlotte, North Carolina. And all those jobs I applied to, I was getting rejected. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and apply for this job and we'll just see what happens. After I applied to the job, I was like, you know, I'm probably not gonna hear back. So, you know, it's whatever. So pay attention to the story, because this is the point of the story where I almost blocked my blessing. So the recruiter reaches out to me maybe like a week later, and she's like, I see that you applied for this job. I wanted to know if you were still interested in it. And y'all, I told her I was no longer interested in the position, because I was just, I had my mindset like, oh, this is just like the jobs I had been applying to before. Like, she's gonna talk to me once, I'm never gonna hear from her again. I'm just gonna find out the job was rejected. Like, I was just so tired of rejection. I was just like, let me just save her the time and the trouble and just tell her I'm just no longer interested. So that's what I told her. I told her I was no longer interested in the position. We hung up and that was that. A few days later, someone else from the company reaches out to me and she texts me and she says, hey, are you sure you're not interested in the position? We looked over your resume and we really feel like you would be a great candidate for this job. And I was just like, okay, maybe this is a sign, because when you tell someone you're no longer interested in the job, like, how likely are they to reach out to you again? Like, never, right? So I was like, okay, maybe this is a sign. I guess, Kayla, you can at least hear what they have to say. So the recruiter reaches back out to me for the second time, and we talked more in depth about what I was looking for, my salary, what area I felt most comfortable working in, and different things like that. And then once you tell her all that information, she then like scouts your resume around to different areas that you're interested in working in. And well, at least that's actually what they're supposed to do. But any recruiter that I've talked to before, they kind of just end the conversation there and I never hear from them again. So y'all, literally like 2 hours later, she texts me back and she said, hey, I set you up with the interview with so-and-so Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Are you available? And I said, yeah, I'm available. So the next day I had the interview, and as soon as I hopped onto the interview, the lady informed me that, you know, we like to conduct interviews like it's just 3 girlfriends talking. So I was like, perfect. Those are my favorite kind of interviews. But y'all, this interview went absolutely amazing from beginning to end. Like, they were so nice, they were so positive, and it was exactly the type of environment that I could see myself working in, which is really, really important to me. Like, I'm not gonna uproot my life and move all the way to a whole new city and state, be so many miles and states away from home to take a job that I'm not really gonna be happy with, you know? So I asked a lot of questions. I really wanted to make sure like this was the right job for me, and that I felt comfortable and I felt supported as a new speech therapist, and that I would have the help and the resources that are available to me. And like, the interview went amazing. It was like 30 minutes long. It wasn't long at all. I was like, thank God. Because other interviews I had gone on in the past, it was like question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. It was so like robotic, and I feel like I couldn't show my personality, and I don't know, it just felt very stale and dry and boring. But this interview, it was just, everything about the whole experience was just amazing. So once the interview was over, I reached back out to the recruiter, and the recruiter is kind of like, you know, your person that you kind of discuss all of your concerns with. If you have questions, she will point you in the right direction. She's kind of like your counselor and your therapist, and the person that finds you a job, and the person that lets you know everything you need to do. Like, she was just so great and so nice. And she was like, so hopefully, you know, we can hear back maybe in a day or two and let you know if you got the job or not. So literally 3 hours later, she called me back and she said, I got the job. I was like, oh my God, y'all. Honestly, I was not expecting any of this. Like, I have been on so many interviews. I was so used to it just not going anywhere. And for it to move this fast so quickly, I was like, okay, like, this is a little scary. Like, I really didn't prepare for it. I wasn't expecting it. And so she told me that they loved me and they wanted to give me the job. Once I got off the phone with her, I literally was like, oh shit, Kayla, what the heck did you just do? Like, I was starting my job here in Virginia in a few weeks. I had literally signed my contract and done all the paperwork, and they're literally waiting for me to start. And here I am, just accepted another position in a whole new city and state. I was like, oh my God, I honestly was not expecting it to move so quickly. Like, the lady supervisor reached out to me on Monday. I spoke to the recruiter on Tuesday. I interviewed on Wednesday, quit my job on Thursday, and started looking for apartments and flights to fly down there on Friday. Like, it was so crazy. It was moving so fast. And after all of that, I really just took a lot of time to just pray about it and figure out, like, okay, Kayla, this is really big. You've been planning for this. You've been praying for this. You've been manifesting this. You've been writing in your journal about this. And now it's here. How you gonna act? You know, are you gonna take it or are you gonna stay? You gonna take it or are you gonna stay? And I just started thinking about, you know, my time here in Virginia over these last several years and just kind of how I've been feeling. You know, for the last several years, I've been feeling like I've been wanting to close the chapter on Virginia. Like, all I see in my mind is me trying to close the chapter on Virginia, but I just can't really find a way to move on, you know, because of fear or other family obligations or just things just kind of not panning out the way that I want them to. And like, now I have this opportunity to move, and now I'm getting cold feet. And I just took like maybe about a week to just pray about everything and just kind of figure out where my head was. And I remember going to sleep that night and I was so stressed and I was crying and I was nervous and I was having a breakdown, and I just went to sleep and I just prayed to God for just clarity and peace of mind in my decision. I woke up the next day and I literally had all my answers. I said, Kayla, you're gonna accept that job. Everything is gonna be fine. You're only a several hour flight away. So, you know, just relax. You got this. You've been praying for this. You've been wanting this. You worked very hard for this. So, and it's now your time. And that was it. And a few weeks later, I flew down to go look at apartments. Found an amazing apartment. I'm so happy. Like, that's the thing with this whole process. Like, literally my whole life changed in less than a week. You know, if you watch my life update video, I was telling you about how I was just gonna stay in Virginia and continue to apply for jobs, but I just knew I wasn't really happy here. And I never lost hope and I never gave up. There were a lot of times though where I cried myself to sleep because I just thought like this would never happen. I'm like, God, like, why can I just not like figure it out? Like, what is going on, you know? But I have been planning this and preparing for this for the last 3 years. And if you know me, you know I have been talking about relocating for the longest. So for this to happen and happen so fast and so smoothly, it just kind of revealed to me like this was the right decision to make. I'm not gonna lie, there has been some negativity from not really my friends, but some family members. They have been a little negative. Which, you know, not everybody is gonna, you know, be supportive of everything that you do in your life, but I really feel like this is oh, hold on, because my eye itch, Lord. But I really feel like this move and this new experience in my life, I really feel like great things are gonna happen. I really feel like this is really where I see my life starting to really come together and just everything like that. And I am really just so grateful because it's just crazy. I was talking to my friend about this the other day. Like, We went to high school and college together, and I was just like, it's so crazy because just a few years ago, this was all a dream for the both of us, you know, moving away and living a certain type of life and accomplishing certain things. Like, I mean, who would have thought that we would be, you know, where we are, and to know that this really is only the beginning. So I'm just so grateful and so thankful for this opportunity. I can't wait to show you guys the apartment. Y'all are going to freak. Like, I mean, it's an apartment. I'm not gonna like hype it up or nothing, but this is a really big accomplishment for me, and I'm super happy. And my face is very greasy. I got a tan, y'all, so I know my makeup does not match anything right now, but we just gonna rock with it. And this is wet, so this is gonna mess up my makeup, which is awesome. I find this whole experience so funny because, like, I literally almost blocked my blessing. Like, if that lady had just left it at, oh, she's not interested, let's move on, like, what really would have happened with my life? You know, do I think this opportunity would have presented itself again? Absolutely. But would I have been in a position to embrace it more then than now? No. I kind of feel like I would have been at a totally different point in my life, and I would not have been as open to receiving it as I have been now. So yeah, I just, like, life is so crazy, y'all. I literally just, I've been talking about this for years, and I think a lot of my family and friends are like, okay, Kayla, whatever, you're moving, all right. But to actually see it happening, it's like, oh shit, she was serious. Like, I had to say that to myself too, like, oh shit, I was serious. But no, I'm not really the type of person I just sit and talk about stuff. Like, I really actually make stuff happen. I think the most mind-blowing thing of all of this is, you remember how I told you, like, I spoke to the psychic 2 months ago? I am moving exactly 2 months to the day that we talked on the phone. And I think that that is just, it's so crazy. If you watched this far, you know I did not reveal the city and state that I am moving to. I want you guys to comment down below where you think I moved to. And in my next video, which will be my empty apartment tour, I will reveal the city and state that I moved to. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And turn on your post notifications so you don't miss my next upload. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.
It's fine. It's alright. Had a dream last night that the world stopped turning, but your madness, it kept on. Guess I wasn't too bright, and I really wasn't learning.